Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.
And we're back. Hope everyone had a great holiday weekend. Nothing like being off an extra day. Had one of my faithful team members to actually ask me on Sunday, were we working on yesterday? Had to let her know I'm not a slave driver, not even close. But anyway, so we're here today, Flipman's Daily Live, wholesaling real estate without using your cash or credit. And AK Fliptainment, morning Q&A, afternoon Q&A. Remember, start making this clear. People always asking, are your videos in certain orders? The best we can do, someone took the time out. If he's watching this, please identify. But he put most of my videos into different categories, like where to start, contracts, interviews, and so on. So you can go to flippanard.com to access those playlists, right? If you need to, your property's comped, you need to know what the ARV is, do comps101.com. The phone number. Let me mention, we got the contest still going on. The first giveaway of the $1,000 STEMI from the Flip Man is going to be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be doing that Flippanar that we do on Thursday nights live, where we answer your question and we answer your questions, just like we're doing here. So that'll be Thursday. So if you want to enter, you can text the word STEMI to this number, 205-964-5243, just like on the intro. The word STEMI, see it spelled here. We took us all of 5 months to figure out we might need to write we ain't been doing that long. 2 months to write the words up that we want you to text to the number here. So text STEMI if you want to enter the contest. If you've already entered, you want to try to increase your chances of winning, share this video with someone that may want to get into real estate. You all can partner up, use that $1,000 to throw some fire, jumpstart your business. Text the word STEMI. If you want the contract that I've been using since 2003 to wholesale houses for buyers and sellers, you can text the word contract. You want to partner with me, text 5050. We can partner on deals. That's if you have it under contract, dealing directly with the owner, it's off market and it's a great deal. If you're trying to build a cash buyers list, text the word cash. So you got to do that. I'm gonna skip over to CRM for now. If you have a property contract with a seller and a buyer, and you want to make it easier for the title company or closing attorney to know who's the seller, who's the buyer, the address, who's paying what, who's receiving what, namely your assignment fee, who's paying the closing cost, then text the word close to that number. If you want to learn how to do text message in the proper way, which I have a video coming out this week to update on the new changes law-wise, and most of us are already within the law anyway, on the number that we're sending. Text the word text, T-E-X-T. Vacant houses, you're out driving for dollars, but you need to know who owns that vacant house. That's a very important part of the process. Text the word vacant. You want to join my Facebook group, text the word group. Wholesaling real estate with the Flip Man. Over 60,000 people in there helping each other on a daily basis, networking, that lovely word. Then probate. You want to generate probate leads, text the word probate. They're all spelled up here the correct way. If you don't spell them exactly like they're spelled here, you won't get what you're looking for. All right. And the last but not least, it's the CRM. You need to manage your leads, create follow-up. The CRM. So if you got Bandit sign leads, you got cold call leads, text messaging leads, direct mail, driving for dollars, other wholesalers, doesn't matter, real estate agents or whoever. You need to be able to separate those leads to see what's working, what's not working. What's working, do more of. What's not working, fix it. So in order to do that, you need to have a lead management system. Also, you'll be able to reach out to sellers and reach out to actual sellers by text, email, ringless voicemail, and or call. You just by a simple tap of a button. But the great thing about the call feature is that it records the conversations. Now you can refer back to those conversations personally for if you're making the calls and or if you have another a partner, someone working for you, such as a virtual assistant or a VA. Now you can go back and listen to their conversations, right, to see if they're doing what they're supposed to do or if they're doing it at all. So text CRM to the number. So we got all of that out of the way. So the topic today is wholesaling houses. Is it just a side hustle? Well, it could be, but it can be an actual lucrative business also. It can make 6, 7 figures. There's no limit on it, on what you can make. So you tell me that type of money, would it be a side hustle? Are you making 6 figures right now? Then it may be a side hustle for you. Are you making 7 figures for you? Then it may be a side hustle for you. But if you ain't, it could be more than a side hustle. But it's up to you. You may love what you do. That's fine. At the end of the day, it's all about being happy. That's my first thing on anything. You know, all this stuff sounds good, but it ain't making you happy. What is it worth to you? Well, it's not a part of what's making you happy. One thing normally not going to make you happy. So at the end of the day, it's about being happy. If you're happy with what you're doing now, then hey, you're winning. Period. Right. So, but anyway, so yes, it can be just a side extra money. You may want to invest in something else or whatever. What your passion may be. Starting a what do you call it when you grow flowers and sell them? A nursery. Mm-hmm. That's what it's called. Yeah. You know, you may want to be a florist or whatever. This could fund that or whatever. You may be someone that may want to paint for a living, you know, an artist or whatever. But you need to support yourself until then. You know, you may want to be a chef, who knows, or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just fund your dream. It gives you that opportunity to do that or whatever. So I think I've answered that. It can be a side hustle, but it can be a lucrative business also. It could be your main hustle, the hustle. Yes.
All right. So we got a bunch of people just saying hello, good afternoon. Michelle McDonald said good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Michelle.
Wu-Tang 23-361. How you doing? I see them on here all the time. They said, how often should I follow up?
How often should you follow up? It sort of depends on the lead itself and what stage of the lead are you in. Is it that they're not ready to sell because they need to remove a renter and they don't want to do anything till that happens? Or is it a situation where they're about to sell a house, buy another house, and the time it could be any number of reasons. Or they can't decide on a price, or they're thinking about the offer you made, which is a good thing. If they're even thinking about, if you're forced into making an offer and they're just thinking about it, that's a good thing that, you know, it's still something to follow up on. So it really just depends on what you're following up on. Now, if it's a situation where you're sending out lists and you haven't got a call or anything or response from them, then that just goes into, hey, am I going to follow up with this list every 2 months, every 3 months, every couple of weeks? That's going to really be up to you and your budget and the resources you have, and depending on what you're doing as far as marketing. Is it calling? Is it texting? Is it direct mail? Or is it a combination of those? So it's really just going to depend on the actual lead itself.
All right. Everybody's saying good afternoon. Salute. Good afternoon. Miss Jennifer Nicole said from Facebook, she said, hey, Flip Bestie, Jen is present. Today, I set up a business page on Facebook, marketing page, created and posted a Craigslist ad, and I'm purchasing 50 Bandit signs. Okay.
Action. I love
productive. Get it, girl.
Productivity. I said
Right.
productivity.
Jennifer Lee from YouTube said, I have 2 properties that have liens and mortgage. The listed owner states he doesn't own it, but I've searched everywhere and it all leads back to him. Should I still wholesale or walk away? Thanks.
You can't wholesale if you can't find an owner. If he said he's not on it, he doesn't own it, and you know, he maybe just think you're somebody else trying to collect on a debt or something.
She also said it's a great property with redevelopment happening. It'll be a big profit.
I would if you're that confident in the deal, you're gonna probably have to spend a little money. I would just do a title search on it and just see what it comes back at with the title search.
All right, this person on Instagram said, is wholesale still possible? Even though you
Of course. Yes. Understatement.
Okay, this one says, okay, Kirsten Morton said, hey, y'all. A Facebook user said, I'm definitely about to do it. They're in California.
Oh, most definitely. Let's get it.
Let's see. The Change Early from YouTube said, is mentorship still available?
Yes. See, it is. Just text me on the number up here.
So that Facebook user in California said houses are really high, but I can find some. What kind of
that you can find plenty that are for sale, but can you find great deals? Yes, houses are extremely high compared to the rest of the country, but guess what? The reason they're high is what, ladies? Because people can't afford them.
Right.
Because people can't afford them. Yeah. The stuff only sells because you got a buyer for it, which means a lot of houses, which most of them, they're extremely high compared to the rest of the country because people can't afford to pay for them. That's a good thing for you. You'll do the exact same thing I do here in Birmingham, Alabama. My check may be, just to check this an example, may be 8,000, 10 or 12. Your normal check may be 25 to 50 or whatever. So 25 to 50,000.
Big checks.
Yeah, big prices mean big checks.
All right, Big K from YouTube said, when are you guys choosing the STEMI winners? I know I'm one of the winners.
Oh, you know it. You're already in it. But, so on the first one will be June 3rd, which is 2 days from now. The first $1,000 giveaway.
All right, Lavelle from, that's a cute baby in your profile picture. Lavelle from YouTube said, do you do one-on-one teaching on getting out doing a first wholesale deal? You deal directly with me. Yes, that's an option. So you can text.
Just text me on the number.
Yeah, just text him on the number. Okay, Leroy Strokesman from YouTube said, hi, Flipman. What are your thoughts on me getting a code enforcement list and using SMS Test Blaster to get in contact with them?
Well, yeah, that's a source of a potential motivated sellers or whatever, but just a text blast itself, that's not the proper way of doing it. If you just send it all out at once, that's very old, and most of your texts will get blocked or whatever. But if you want to learn how to do it the proper way, just text the word text to the phone number here.
All right.
And on my shirt.
This person is on TikTok. Where can I do a title search? There is in Colorado.
That's really a simple Google search away. Just to get a title search done, that's just a Google search away. Just the name of whatever the town or city or county you're in, and you're going to be able to pick from a number of them. Just to get a title search, that's it.
All right. This is on Instagram.
Questions you want to ask them is obviously the cost and how fast can they get it done if you're just trying to get a title search done.
Okay, this is on Instagram. What is the best way to narrow down specific zip codes? Should we look at areas with the most zip codes or the highest absentee? How can we narrow down our focus areas? Thanks for all.
I just did a post on Instagram. For some reason, it's in review on TikTok, probably because of the length of it. But if you're on Instagram, just scroll down. It's one of the last 3 or 4 posts on my Instagram where I actually break that down to you or whatever. So.
All right. Kalinda Gamble from YouTube asks, hello, I am new. Do I need a laptop or can I use my phone?
Well, technically you can just use your phone, but having a laptop will make some things easier than trying to maneuver on your phone. But technically you can get away with it just by your phone. You know, in reality, you don't need either one of them, but you know, because it's not like they've already existed, but wholesaling has existed longer than, I'm talking about a smartphone and the laptop. So you can do it, just makes it harder, or it can make it easier by having a laptop.
Okay, Facebook user asks, how about an old housing project building? Can you wholesale that?
Well, yeah, I'm sure you can if the city or the county or state owns the property, may make it a little harder because the red tape you have to go through, especially for wholesaling. But if it's just an individual, corporation or something, yeah, most definitely.
Okay. James Lanier said, good afternoon. When starting to wholesale, is it great to have mentors in the beginning of starting the process?
Well, anything that you're trying to do that you don't know how to do, if you have someone that's actually doing it with experience, that's always going to be a better option. You know, so for someone that actually is doing what you want to do and you can tap into their knowledge, yeah, you always want to choose that over, you know, just trying to wing it or whatever. Sometimes that's not an option though, or whatever. Because when I got into business, I didn't know anyone doing this. And in the training, it said you wouldn't know anyone doing this. You're going to probably go ask your realtor friend and they're going to tell you it's illegal. And I did exactly what he said not to do. And it more proved to me that he knew what he was talking about, you know, what stuff I was getting that knowledge from. So.
All right, Wu-Tang 361. They said, when I have my conversations with the seller, I usually say, do you mind if I call you in 3 to 6 months? I've heard that's too long. What do you think?
Yeah, that's too long.
That's way too long. Yeah.
Now, again, it depends on what they say. They may say, I'm not going to sell to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's relative. But, you know, so it still depends.
Do you keep like a notebook or something? Like, because
Who?
you, like,
I
if you've
put,
done that before, do you?
I put like alerts in my phone or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would definitely forget that.
Now, that's what the CRM is supposed to do also or whatever. It will give you reminders also.
Okay. All right. Leroy Strossman said, what do you think about wholesaling in a smaller market like Columbus, Georgia? It's not as big as Atlanta, but not like a small town either.
Yeah, Columbus, Georgia is plenty big enough. Right outside of, Phoenix City, Alabama, which, you know, is right there. So, yeah, most definitely.
All right, this is on TikTok. I heard that am I seeing that?
National Association of Realtors.
Yes, it's going to require every state to get their real estate license in order to wholesale.
Well, they're trying to do that, you know, so we'll see. We'll see.
Let's see. All right, Eric Carney said, hey, family of Fliptainment, Flipanthropist, and them ladies of Flipness. Did I miss camera time? LOL. You didn't miss anything for real.
Nah, you ain't missing nothing.
He here every day, so he should know all of
Oh,
this.
yeah, he already know. He's
all right, Facebook user said, I see one empty old Navy base. Can you wholesale that?
Sure. I would assume you can. You know, I'm assuming the Navy probably. Well, they may now.
They may
have been leasing the place. Who knows or whatever. So you know, still has an owner, but it's the U.S. government or Joe Blow down the street. So you still have to same thing. You got to find out who the owner is. Are they willing to sell it? You got to have an end game. A property like that. Sometimes they're very difficult to move. You know, because of the size of it. Only certain types of businesses can go there. But to answer your question, yeah, it can be wholesale. It's just, are they willing to sell? Are they willing to sell at a price, which is going to be hard to determine what's a great price? And then you have a buyer for it. Then you have to be cash in that situation because it's commercial, I would assume.
All right. Lori Emers from YouTube said, "Hey, Footman, thanks for all you do. I have a probate lead. My contact would have already signed a contract. The problem is the stepmother. She's not ready to sell. How often would you follow up this lead?"
At least every month, at least once a month. I may send them a letter or a call, a combination of both. Hey, just a reminder, we're still interested in buying your property. We're still here, something like that. So.
All right, Jennifer Lee said, "I was able to pull a title search and it has him listed as the owner. It's he just claims he doesn't own. He states he's been getting calls from everywhere about the properties."
Well, I guess the question would be, you ask them, well, what happened to it? Did you sell it?
Right.
It just did not stop being your property or whatever. And did someone foreclose on it? Just not stop being your property unless, some type of transaction or forced transaction happens or what. Again, he sounds like he's just hiding or whatever. He probably owes the world. He has those liens or whatever attached to that property, probably has other unpaid debts out there, and he's just hiding. No, I don't own it. You can't make me own it either. I mean, it sounds like he doesn't even care to take it from him or whatever. So not you can, but whoever he owes can possibly foreclose on it. But I don't know. That's somewhat strange. That's an interesting bird there.
All right, this is on Instagram. Hello, good afternoon. What's the best way to find out who is the owner if the house is abandoned?
Text the word vacant to 205-964-5243, and I explain in that video how to do it.
All right, this is also on Instagram. Would anyone trip on me if I also nail up some Bandit signs? I see other signs up.
No. Burger King sells hamburger, McDonald's sells hamburger, Wendy's. No, just, be courteous. Don't take them down or whatever. Just try to place them. Squeeze yours in there somewhere, or, somewhere in that area or whatever. So, if possible.
That's what they do to his.
What?
When I see your signs, I see somebody above it, underneath it, or they'll put it directly across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lady call and left a message through the answering service. She said, hey, well, she was nice, I ain't let y'all probably wasn't paying attention to. I want to listen to it, but she was saying y'all can put those signs somewhere else. We really trying to keep our neighborhood clean. I get it. I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But so you would rather all of these vacant houses? No. That's normally who it be.
For real?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you rather all those vacant houses and there's grass grown up, you know what I'm saying?
Blight.
Causing your property values to go down. So you rather that? That's exactly what I say. If I ever,
that
if they
ain't
ever,
a comeback. That's common sense.
Oh yeah. So you rather that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just crazy.
Yeah. Well, she asks, is there another way of advertising? Yeah, it is, but this is one of the better ways, especially in this type of neighborhood or whatever. So it is what it is. I can't. What you want me to do or whatever.
All right, Viola S from YouTube said, "I'm glad to be here."
Glad that you are here, Viola.
A Facebook user asked, "Do I look for foreclosed houses in my area?"
Well, they're not. You don't have to. Those are not hard to find or whatever, because you can just go to Zillow and use that filter. It's going to pull up foreclosed properties. But what are you going to do with them? You know what I'm saying? As far as wholesaling, that's one of the more difficult ways to wholesale a property. I know, again, people that don't know anything about real estate, when they hear the word foreclosure, they automatically think discount. They automatically think secret. It's not like that. Just they're exposed to everybody. And in most cases, they're not discounted cheap enough for a wholesale deal. Maybe if you want to live in the property, there may be a decent discount. But for wholesaling, in most cases, no. And then you have the banks, you have the real estate agents involved. They control too much of the deal. And part of the reason why wholesaling works well is because we control the deal. We don't own it. We're just controlling basically the deal, because they're doing what we want them to do. And they know I'm not going to play ball. Not saying it's not possible, but for a newbie, it's definitely something you should avoid.
All right. George Trent from Facebook said, what other markets do you JV in?
If you go to dealulator.com, or if you text me on the 505, text me 5050, it'll show what a market, but basically anywhere of decent city size. But on the site, I actually have them listed, or whatever the actual cities.
All right. This is on TikTok. Is hard money good or bad?
Is hard money good or bad? Well, let's first define what hard money is. It's basically a loan by somewhat of, I guess you would say, a private lenders. They don't put you through the same hoops that a bank does. Credit may matter, but not as much. It's more based on the property and the deal itself or whatever. And the benefit of hard money, and the reason real estate investors like to use hard money or private money, if you want to call it, is because it's easier to get than going to the bank in most cases. The trade-off is the interest rates are a lot higher. So most people, well, not most, a lot of investors use hard money. They can see this. They can see that. Use hard money as an alternative, not to use their money, right? But most hard money lenders now, they're going to want normally a minimum of 10% down. So if it's a $100,000 project, buy, fix, and all in, then they're going to want 10,000. But most of them going to want 20% or more, 20 to 30%. Sometimes you'll find it 10%. So that means you're going to have 20% down, or which is 20,000 on a $100,000 deal, or 30,000, which is 30%. So.
All right. This is on Instagram. Besides absentee owners and free and clear, what other categories do you?
Well, they're speaking in terms of the filters on DealLator, aka PropStream, free and clear, non-owner occupied, which means absentee, property characteristics. I think it's residential, property type, single family, MLS characteristics, off market. So you'll say no, not on the market. Owner type, owner information. You're going to do individual as far as owner type. You want them to have owned for at least 1 year, and you can do out of state, out of county, or it doesn't matter, or whatever. So those are just the general, but you can do all kind of lists there, but they're asking that specific criteria to select. I was trying to think.
No, I was asleep. Bruce Wayne said, right. Hey, Flipman and ladies, I'm having trouble finding sellers in New York. Any suggestions?
Well, what are you doing to try to find sellers? And if you could define that a little more, you mean like you have addresses, locate the owner, or what? If you could be a little bit more clear. Bruce Wayne Alfred. Yeah.
All right. The change early said, do I text mentorship to that number?
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
All right. Freddie Ray from YouTube said, what's up, Footman? How are y'all doing?
Oh, you know what we didn't put up there? Script.
No, that's the only one we forgot.
Script. So we didn't put a script up there.
Let's see.
So if you want a script for talking to sellers, just text the word script.
Okay, Big K said, how does the probate list work on PropStream? Are the owners listed, the heirs, or the deceased? Because it does not say deceased.
Let me see. What do you say? How does the probate list work on PropStream? It says probate. It says pre-probate. It says pre-probate.
Okay.
It's under quick list, I think it's called. It's on the pre-probate.
Okay. Michelle McDonald said, I have a question. I have a seller who wants to sell their house. What is the next step I need to do about the seller's house before I find a buyer? Get in the contract.
Price.
Yeah.
When they give you a price, hopefully you're getting their least amount then you need to figure out if it's an actual deal or not before you even put it on the contract. You know, and it's basically the ARV, which I have a calculator on my site, dealulator.com. If you text the word calculator, there's not up there. You know, we'll get it over to you. But it tells you if you have an opportunity or not. Now, if you're not sure how to do that, then if you text the word calculator, I'll send you the videos to explain. But you need to determine, number one, they told you they want to sell, but now you need to know the price. And from that price, you'll determine if it's an opportunity or not. You know, again, the calculator's on my site. If you text calculator to the number, I'll send it to you.
Let's see. Trav from YouTube said, how can I partner with you to do my first couple of deals? I'm legally blind and need help doing this. I have 500 to 1K to start.
Okay, hit that up one. Got me a little cool here. A little bit. Hey, so what's his name? Trey? Trav? Is it Trav? Okay. Yeah, Trav, well, if you text the number 5050, text 50 to 50 to the 205-964-5243. That video will explain, but basically how you would partner is, and this is what I do. If you have a property under contract, you're dealing directly with the owner. It's a great deal and it's off market, then we could partner 50-50. Now you say, well, I don't know how to get a property on the contract. That's where my videos come in at, Trav, is that you would educate yourself on the free content. Right? Now, if you educate yourself on it, you probably will find you don't need to partner with me because I tell you everything you need to do. So, you know, it'll all be there. But if you still more comfortable, if you do find a great deal and you put it on the contract and you're dealing with the owner, then you still want me to help you closing the deal because we can provide a buyer and go through the rest of the process, then yeah, we will still be open to that for sure. Not turning down any money or whatever. By no means, can't afford to. So yeah, next.
All right, this person on Instagram said, thank you for all the information you share, my man. I want to start wholesaling or flipping soon.
Let's get it.
All right, do you recommend probate sales?
Yeah, again, that's a list of potential motivated sellers. So yes, most definitely.
All right, what advice would you have for people who work a 9-to-5, who is connected to buyers but have trouble locating sellers in LA market? Reason being the low interest rates are inflating the prices.
Well, you're not targeting those type of people, number one. So it sounds like you're targeting properties that are listed, right? That's not who you're targeting. You're targeting people that their property actually is not even for sale in most cases until they either see a message of yours or they receive a message from you of some sort. It's called marketing and advertising. You are letting people know you buy houses. You're dealing, where is in LA, he said?
Yes, he's having trouble locating.
Yeah, you're out there with millions of people, which means you have millions of property owners, right? Mm-hmm. It's unlimited on the number of people you can target. But guess what? He said he's having trouble doing what?
He says he's having trouble locating sellers in LA market. He got buyers.
Well, I guess he means deals. He's saying sellers. So it's just going. What are you doing to generate daily leads? That's the question I've asked you. You may already be doing some things. Or what are you doing to generate daily leads? You answer that, then we go from there. So when they pop back up, Ken, please let us know.
Okay. All right, this is on TikTok.
Miss Ken. Well, I know. I guess they can tell she's a female on the thing.
Yeah,
but
on here.
Yeah.
It's not when I text you. All right, this is on TikTok. In what ways would it be more difficult to virtual wholesale a property versus local deals?
It's simple. You're not there. You're not there. Selling a buyer meet at a house, you're not there. So you got to have someone to represent you. If you solve that problem, then yeah, it can basically be the same thing, So now you're
And then
oh,
teaching somebody your ways.
well, yeah. So that's the only issue with virtual wholesaling. You're not there, to represent you. So you have to get someone in position to represent you. Once you solve that part, it could be a friend, a family member, another wholesaler, real estate agent, whoever. But you need someone representing you, or whatever. Once you solve that, you can wholesale anywhere.
All right. The guy responded on Instagram. He said cold calling.
Okay, that's a method, but not the only method, right? Go get a Red Bull for it. So you may need to add, well, no, but you need to add another layer. You may be like me. I'm not good at cold calling. Maybe you need to bring someone in that may be a little better. How much cold calling are you doing? How many people are you calling per day? Let's start there. Well, maybe we can dissect what are your cold calling issues. Who are you calling? What list are you calling?
All right. He said, I purchased lists from list source.
Okay.
Conduct skip traces and cold call owners, but it's time consuming to keep calling.
Of course. Okay.
He said, okay, thank you.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's very time consuming. All right. So that method may not be the best method for you at this time, right? You may have to, I know from what I've been told, you can get away with bandit signs in certain areas of that market, right? That may be an option for you. Text messaging may be a better option for you. In some markets, it's not as good as others or whatever. Not sure what your budget is. Direct mail may be a better option for you, right? It may just be a better use of your time just driving for dollars, right? You're already, I know. So, but that's only 8 hours. You got, 168, and he's only using 40 of them. You got another, you sleep 8, you sleep 8 hours, that's 56, so we're at, 96 hours? All right, so you got another 107, I'm sorry, we got another 72, we got another, wait, my math, let me see. Yeah, we got another 72 hours we can work with, right? Even if I took out 42 of them for your family, we still got another 30 hours you can work on your business, so your family and F off time, so.
All right. Freddie Ray said, bro, can you step aside for a sec so I can get a full screenshot of the board?
Screenshot time.
Move back.
Huh?
So I can get that part.
Oh.
All right. So I can get to that.
All right. So
Okay.
I'll just stand over here and talk to y'all want me to. So y'all can hear me. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Cluster Price said, have you ever found good deals using land banks or over-the-counter tax deeds?
I've never done it that way, but I know the land bank part of it. I'm not even sure what hoops they'll make you jump through. That's gonna vary from municipality to municipality, I'm sure. The tax lien properties, I have targeted those before. I didn't really give it a good chance, but I wasn't looking for the opportunity to own a tax certificate or deed. I'm just looking for motivated sellers, that's still in that redemption period that I can still, so I don't think we gave it a good shot, when I've done it before. Got to be consistent and persistent. Are those the same thing? Persistent.
All right. Trying to find a good one. All right. So this is when we were talking about the lady calling you about the bandit signs.
Yeah.
But Facebook users said they don't trip about newspapers and yellow pages. Yeah.
Well, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. And trust me, I get it. Or whatever. So I get it. I got to say, do you get it? What are you doing about it? What I'm saying? You still putting signs out, but I get it.
All right. Miss Jennifer Nicole said, what if your contract expires? Do you just renew with the seller if they're still interested?
If that's an option, yes, ma'am. And you want to try to probably get a price reduction if you can also. Might not always be an option. Sometimes you just need a little more time, sometimes, or whatever. So, because it all depends, you know, you may not have done that effective a job of letting potential cash buyers know about it. So, or whatever. So sometimes you just run out of time. It's going to happen.
All right, Brooklyn Trini Girl said, I want to get into wholesaling homes. I just lost my job and funds are at almost zero. Should have gotten into this earlier.
Okay. Speaking of that, remember the stemming? Throw that up there. The stemming, we're going to get the first $1,000 giveaway. I guess we should have wrote 1,000 here. $1,000 giveaway. On Thursday, June 3rd, on the Thursday night flipping-ar. But to answer her question, she said she ran out of money. What she said?
She said, dang, I made me miss my place. She said, I want to get into wholesaling. I just lost my job and funds are almost at zero. Should have gotten into this earlier.
I so feel for you, darling. Huh? Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, don't take this the wrong way. I'm just going to say what I feel or whatever. And I know y'all probably don't believe this, and I'm not beyond working anywhere. But I have to take in consideration on what I can do as far as stand up all day. I can't be in the hurt now, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm not, and I feel very blessed. Things I've been able to do and accomplish, and I had a lot of mistakes, whatever. And I don't at this point I don't have to make them decisions in my life or whatever. But I can only refer, I mentioned this last week. I went to Burger King to consume some calories I shouldn't be consuming. But hey, I just had a taste for a hamburger and I don't eat meat. So the roast Possible Whopper is the closest thing to it that I've tasted or whatever. It actually tastes like a hamburger to me or whatever. Now, you still eating hamburgers, you ain't gonna think that or whatever. But somebody that ain't eaten a hamburger since 2014, it tastes like a hamburger, like a hamburger for real. And so, anyway, so on the drive-through thing, it says our hours are only now from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., right? And so when I got to the window and she looked like she was a manager, I said, what's the deal with your hours? She said, can't get nobody to work or whatever. And the ones that here ain't doing that, just laughing or whatever. I said, oh, wow. She said, yeah, like that. So, and that's a common thing with restaurants right now, right? That they can't get people to work. So when someone, now I don't know her situation, I'm not picking on you by no means. Oh, it's jobs, there's plenty of jobs out there because a lot of people are still, where she just lost her job, she can't probably take advantage of the unemployment thing but that's going to end, I think at the end of this month, right? So it's coming up. Right? I get it. If you're sitting at home making $700 a week versus when you were working before, you were only making $300 a week or whatever, I get it. It ain't even nothing to think about. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even nothing to think about or whatever. I get it. You doubled your money. So yeah, you're going to ride it out. I get it. But for people that are not getting that money, right? Some people ain't getting it because the timing was just bad for them or whatever. Then it really ain't no excuse because small business owners are hurting out here or whatever because they can't get people to work. It may not be what they want to do or whatever. Trust me, I get it or whatever. You listen to me long now, I give you story after jobs I didn't have that I didn't want to do, but I had to do what I want to do because what's half a zero or whatever. So Ken brought it up. So she said, You said you might have to get a part-time job. A part-time job. But yeah, so she probably already know that. I ain't just talking about her, I'm just talking in general. Yeah, so just look at it is that those are funding your dream, right? Your dream is to be able to become financially free, and we're talking about a vehicle that can offer that, right? Through wholesaling real estate, just real estate in general, but wholesaling real estate. So you just need to bridge till you get to that point or whatever. Again, I get it. Trust me, I get it or whatever. But but humbleism, is that a word? It ain't. You sure? Hey, boy, hey, that humble is something powerful, boy. Woo! Having that quality is woo.
All right, this is on TikTok. Someone said, "I love you, Flip Man."
And I
I
love you
think about
back.
his D-Ray. Somebody had screamed at his concert saying, "I love you." He said, "If I can see you, I'll mean it."
He said, "What?"
If I can see you, I'll mean it. He said, "I love you too."
Oh.
If I can see you. All right, but this is also on TikTok. Is there such thing as oversaturated market?
If it's a very small town, but we're talking in these large. What city are they in? On TikTok. What city are you in? For the most part, no. We're not in these decent sized cities or whatever. It's just not possible.
All right, this one's from Bob K from YouTube. He said, "Hi, Flip Man. I have paid the guys who will hold will work for food signs at the intersections in Baltimore, and now they hold my Bandit signs. I pay them $10 an hour. What do you think?"
I've done that before, right? Charlotte, no, that ain't possible. That ain't possible to be oversaturated in Charlotte. I've done that before. I've had mixed results. Now, here comes a story. I done told this one somewhat. Well, no, I don't think I went in detail. Okay. I've had mixed. Oh, I told it to y'all, didn't I? About Daniel.
You told me. I don't know if she was in part of it.
Okay.
I was like, they already be out here.
All right. This gonna be a story, but hey, I talk about what I want to do myself. And so, but it's all related. It's all related. So, okay. So I saw somebody holding a sign, pull up to you come off the freeway. Normally that's where they are, and normally I give out money if I got time to, you know what I'm saying? That's it. To have time to do it. Let me just say that. Oh, well, because sometimes you don't have time to do it because the light might change or something. So anyway, dude holding the sign, we'll work for food or whatever. I said, I got an idea. So I pulled around, right? Had a sign in the car, and I got where I can go walk back up to him. I say, man, I said, I'll pay you, X number of dollars. If I don't know what I told, I think I might have told him $50 or something. I'll be back in like 4 hours. What that is, 15? What is that? $12.50? $12.50 an hour, right? Well, half of that is 25. Half of 25 is $12.50, so that's 4 divisions. Okay, so anyway, I can add subtract now. And so I got that from old pops. He couldn't even read, but he could do that. But anyway, so of course, when I come back in 4 hours, my sign was on the ground and he was gone.
Yeah, because you gotta think about some of them be on like drugs.
Yeah, I get that. So I think I had to think that through. I said probably he was gonna make more money doing what he was doing than what I was offering. Period.
He probably.
Or he had something else to do. He might have got a lick or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, somebody may have gave him a hot 20 or something, and hey, that's all he needed to whatever he was gonna try to do that day. Mission accomplished. I know, like when a plan comes together. So it still didn't deter me. So then, okay, so what I did was, how did I find these people? Okay, these guys. Okay, so all right. So I put an ad on Craigslist in the gig section and said sign holders wanted. This guy called me, named Daniel, and met Daniel. I told him where I wanted to meet me at. I had got a sign. Do I have that sign here? No, it's in storage. I'm gonna have to bring that sign. I'm gonna have to bring it here. But it was probably this tall, Y'all know I'm gonna overdo something when I do it now. So the sign was probably not what it was. Well, yeah, about like this tall, right? And it said we buy houses, phone numbers, you know what I'm saying, all that or whatever, you know that day. And so, so this dude, he was probably 130 pounds soaking wet, right? It was windy that day, and worked his butt off. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we started, the signs of that core platinum, I had a thicker version of it. When it's freshly done, it can cut you, right? Even though it's plastic, you know, it can cut you. Yeah. So I said, when I grabbed it, I said, man, you know what? I said, you ain't gonna be able to hold this all day. It's gonna wear in your hands. So let me go to Dollar General or Family Dollar and get you some gloves. And so when I left and come back, he's like, man, I'm glad you came back. He said, I just talked to my wife. She said she didn't think you were gonna come back. I said, huh? He said, you know, she didn't think you were going. I said, dude, that sign cost me $400. If nothing else, I'm come back and get my sign. I said, well, what are we talking? So he said, well, she just didn't think you were gonna pay me. I said, wait a minute. I said, man, number one, you shouldn't even told me that, right? I said, I can't tell you how to run your household. I said, but you need to check that, man. That ain't nothing you should have told me or whatever. You know, I like, that just pissed me off that he thought I would do that or whatever. I got to come back and get my sign costs more. You know, I need to get my sign if nothing else. So what I was going to do? What, that was just a trick? I'm not going to tell no man what my wife done said. Keep that to yourself, and then if I do that, then she was right. Other than that, what kind of mess? Pull your panties up. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. So anyway, I was ready. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what I forgot I did this part. I said, tell you what, man. I said, I even pay him. I don't know what I told him I was gonna pay him that day. I gave him the money. I said, man, don't even worry about it. I said, like that. And I was about to pull off, man. That dude was looking so sad. Oh my God. I was about to pull off. I just pulled back into the parking spot. I said, all right, man, I'm gonna give you another chance, right? He's like, man, I really need this money, man. And that's when he just broke down his situation, said, man, we living in a hotel, you know, we got 10 kids. I was like just blown away. He said, man, I really need, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so the dude got out there working his butt off. You know what I'm saying? Because all I really want to do is just hold the sign and sometimes just turn, depending on the traffic and how it stopped. Yeah. He was just going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Just working his butt off. And so at the end of the day, I paid him. He said, man, I said, I apologize. I went, you know, earlier today with my wife. Said, but he said, I know you ain't gonna believe this. He said, but my wife get me fired off of every job that I get, right? I was like, wow. I said, I just thought he was talking or whatever. But after about a month and me getting basically involved in their situation, you know, I went to the grocery store for them. They ain't had no food. You know what I'm saying? And bought food for them and stuff. Did that probably 3 times. Now, let me explain it. When they say you got 10 kids, a couple of them were grown, but everybody else was on the age. They had like, now all of them weren't hit. They weren't all together. They were like a blended family, I guess you would call it. Like 3 of them were his, but they were all under 5. His 3 with her. And then the other ones were from other relationships or whatever, but they all lived in a 1-room hotel well, you know what a hotel is. I was talking about, Ken. Yeah, so I was there. I've never seen nothing like that, right? And so, you know, I'm just, you know, I was just, hey. So anyway, so I went to a grocery store a couple of times for him to buy groceries, paid the thing at the hotel a couple of times for, on top of paying him now, you know, because they were staying it was a weekly extended stay, because he would just work so hard when he would come out there. And so, but it got to a point he couldn't make it this day. The wife called him crying because the people say they about to put him out or whatever. Just all day, man. It was always gonna be something. It's always gonna be something or whatever. So what the final draw was, we went out there one day and he had been doing it for about a month. we were getting calls, but no deals had been produced from it yet. He gonna make the statement that his wife said that by now I should have been enclosed a deal because I promised them like a piece of a deal when they closed if it came from the sign, I had a special number for it. And that was just it for me. I said, I tell you what, man. And by that time, his car had broke down. Matter of fact, his car had broke down the first week, right? And so I was going to have to pick him up and everything, right? So, and then I'll just leave him out there for pretty much all day, or when I come back and get him, take him back. So by that time, when he said that, now think about it. Now all the stuff I had and did, went to the grocery store about 3 times, started paying their weekly thing at the hotel, and paying him. You know what I'm saying? And so, I said, I tell you what, Dane. He called me and told me that, and so he didn't know I was gonna come back in the mind state I was in. Well, I'll be there in a minute, like that. So I got my sign. I paid him. I said, hey, dude. I said, I just paid you. This gonna be enough for a bus fare to get back to that side of town. But hey, that's it, man. I can't do it. He said, so what's wrong, man? I said, you gonna question what I was gonna do, what I said I was gonna do when a deal was produced from you holding this sign, and you question me on that. All this I done did for you, are you gonna question me whether I'm gonna pay you or not? Or whatever. That was it. I wonder what happened to Dane, because he would work his butt off or whatever, but he was right. His wife get him fired off every job or whatever. Not literally her getting, but that situation he's allowing that. So, and when they were basically homeless, I guess you would call that homeless, right? They had somewhere to go. Guess why her mom had plenty of money, the way he explained to me. Guess why they wouldn't go live with him? Because her mom would discipline her kids, like tell them stuff, like, don't do this. I said, huh? So you already live in this situation, and her mom has a house actually big enough to house 10 kids. Or what I knew the part of town they lived in, he explained. I was like, wow. I was like, wow, just unbelievable. That pride is a mother. Woo. So anyway, on to the sign thing. That worked, but it didn't. So I hired this other dude. He was lazy, I don't know what. And I worked with him for a long time or whatever with it. And I was really just wasting money with him or whatever. So I had to go pick him up on some days, not every day, but some days or whatever. And it didn't work. And then I thought about maybe I ought to pay someone that's an Uber driver, right, and paint up their vehicle. So I got an Uber on purpose. Matter of fact, I just did it for about a week, and I made the I always think about it. So you know what? That ain't how that came about. Let me tell you how it came about. I'm sorry. I caught her. I think I was trying to get to the airport, somewhere like that. But anyway, so it was this lady. She was an African, like what you call it? When you come here, I know that, but I'm saying when you come here, immigrant, yeah. So anyway, she was Uber driver. So she overheard me on the phone. Somebody called me about a house or something, and she heard the conversation. She knew I was talking about real estate. And so she said, wow, that's interesting. I've been wanting to get in there, blah, blah. I said, guess what? I said, and that's when the bell went. I said, let's do this. She had a van. It was it was a Honda, what they call them, a Honda Odyssey. So they had those round backs, so it'd be good visible, because if you wrapped it or whatever. And so I said, I'll tell you what. I said, let's do this. I said, we could become partners. And because that was what she did full time, Uber. I said, what if I wrapped your vehicle and I put a special number on there, and if we do a deal off of it, we split it 50-50 or whatever. She said, wow, we could do that. So I had her to meet me at the sign shop, one of the sign shops I do business with, so they could measure the vehicle or whatever, blah, they did that. And so 2 days later, she called me and said, guess what?
She don't want to do Uber no more.
She couldn't, she wanted to do it. Now, I don't know if she was telling the truth or not. I'm assuming her husband didn't want to let her do it.
Oh, to wrap the car?
Yeah.
Oh, because they probably.
Anyway.
You just gonna grab the back window?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wrap the rear of it, because people can see the rear.
I remember
You know.
you said something about
Yes. So that's how it came about. The car. That's how the car that. Well, not that one, but I put out about another one since then. But the car that y'all see in the video sometimes or whatever. That's how that came about. So what I said, you know what? I don't have to do that. I said, what I'll do, I'll just buy a car, right? And I'll let one of my homeboys drive it that I know needs some extra money. Let him drive Uber. I asked him, but I said, yo, yeah, man, I'll do that. So anyway, so I bought the car so he could drive Uber because I just wanted that exposure zipping around town or whatever, whatever. And so long story short, y'all see I'm driving it every day pretty much, whatever. And I know he ain't watching this, so I'm going to say what I want to say. I want to say, so this is the way people's mind work, man. Just, okay. So he basically used the car any one time he wanted to. I put gas, everything or whatever. So we set up the Uber thing. I had to put him on the insurance to make that work or whatever. We made that work or whatever. So he bought a new car. And so let me ask you all, if you're going to drive Uber or Uber Eats or whatever, would you rather use your brand new car or a car somebody's going to basically let you use whatever you want to use?
You already know.
So, okay, he did it for a little while, but that same thing come into play, and he never said it, but this is what I think. I ain't even gonna put that out there because that's my homeboy. I ain't gonna put that out there. He stopped doing it. He stopped using my car. So anyway, I ain't even gonna put that out there because that's my boy. So I ain't gonna put it. I know he don't watch this kind of stuff, but I ain't gonna put it. So anyway, I know I done went on a long diatribe, but I thought that's food for thought that could help you. How I think and come about ideas or whatever, because I'm always trying to think outside. I don't do it as much as I used to or whatever, but anyway, so. Yeah, I ain't even gonna put that out there. But anyway, it didn't work out. So I'm driving every day. The Uber thing went to hell or whatever. So,
all right.
So just giving you different ways it started with the guy saying letting the homeless people hold the signs for it. Yeah, you trying to think outside the box to get your message out there that you buy houses or whatever. That was the point of it. So
they like these stories.
So anyways, okay. Anyway, the lady called and that's her husband. Man, I don't want this woman, man. Trust me, I ain't want her. Oh my God, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, well, I do not want your wife, dude. No, not that one. You got another head up in there somewhere. Not that one.
All
anyway,
right.
what we got?
This is on TikTok. What's the best way to wholesale without putting down earnest money?
Well, you could do it without earnest money, but it's not a good idea to do it without it because earnest money is like your get out of jail clause, get out of contract clause. Because if you don't perform by getting the house purchased, by wholesaling it, then they keep the earnest money. You go your way, they go there. That's the remedy for it. That's why. But we're only talking $10 to $100. So you're probably thinking in terms of when you're dealing with real estate agents. They normally want 1,000 or more. That's why I recommend you don't deal with real estate. That's one of the reasons why. It's the other reason, but that's one of the reasons why, or whatever. So they're not going to take you serious unless you can put up $1,000 earnest. Maybe 500, but they're not definitely going to take you serious. You can't even put up $1,000 earnest money and proof of funds in most cases.
All right, I have a lot.
So
let's knock some out.
Oh, we over an hour too. Okay,
yep.
So.
You should. They love that. He really got them. He really got stories every day.
I got some stories. I'm an old man. Yeah. Story time.
All right. Evan Chesterman said, where do you get most of your leads from? Cold calling, direct mail, online marketing?
Probably a combination of the Facebook ads and text messaging right now. So we're trying some other things. We're always trying stuff.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So.
Okay, Relentless_Vic said, when working in attorney states like New York, will the attorney pull title and do search for you, or do you still have to reach out and get title work done separately?
Well, normally that's part of the attorney duties to take care of that, initiate that process also.
Okay, Gerald Rose said, how would wholesalers benefit during a real estate market crash?
Well, it's still going to be opportunities. At the end of the day, people still need shelter. And it's normally not free unless it's paid for by someone or whatever. But so they're going to either be renting or paying a mortgage, right? People still are going to move, which creates transactions. So that creates opportunities for wholesalers. You just have to adjust. Like when it crashed back in 07, 08, 09 or whatever, the thing to do back then was, one of the things to do was, is to try to create more owner financing situation. That might not be the same situation this time. I don't know, but it will be opportunities there. It just has to, you just would have to adjust and change with what's going on.
All right. Cola D from YouTube said, hey, y'all, do you recommend starting with a 24-hour line and a separate line if we currently work full-time jobs and can't always answer?
A 24, what they mean a 24
Like,
hours?
you know how you have your VUMBR number? Like,
Well,
you know,
yeah.
number?
If you have those alternative, those third party phone numbers like a VUMBR, that's V as in Victor, UMBER. Then yeah, you have an opportunity to track your number. Even if they don't leave a message, you have a voicemail, they don't leave a message. You see they called the number, and more than likely they called about selling a piece of real estate or buying a piece of real estate. So just call them back. Hey, I saw you call my number about selling a house. Then you go from there or whatever. So yeah, most definitely.
Okay, John D from YouTube said, how do you schedule/navigate multiple potential buyers wanting to see a property that you have under contract, and who and what to introduce them as to the seller?
Wait a minute.
So when you introduce them to the seller, who should you introduce them?
Oh, the
them as?
buyer, my capital,
Yes.
capital partner.
Yeah, okay. Capital partner.
Yeah.
And how do you schedule multiple buyers?
Don't schedule them at the same. Well, some people do that, so it's up to you. But just schedule them, at least an hour apart.
An hour apart.
Yeah.
Okay, Big Boy Music Group said, I've used Digulator to get my contracts out from the template there. However, at the bottom, I did check yes for needing a buyer just in case. Am I to be looking for a reply email or no?
Ken? A reply?
Reply.
Yes. Yeah. We'll reach out to you. So if you don't put the right email address in or phone number,
It won't go.
we can't reach out to you now. So, but normally we're gonna reach out to you by text or whatever to see, hey, do you need a buyer? Sometimes people check yes and they really don't mean to or whatever. So we just try to verify that, then we go from there to answer the question.
Okay. Miss Jennifer Nicole said, for virtual wholesalers, should I calculate repair value at 35 square feet? $35 per square feet.
In most cases, the 25 for livable, $40 for not livable, it normally works. Unless you get into higher end properties or lower end properties, you may reduce or increase.
All right. What about small cities like with less than 100K people?
You can do a deal or two there, maybe a month. It's just harder to eat in smaller markets like that. But sometimes in smaller markets like that, sellers are so unused to some of the marketing techniques that we use that the response rate is a lot higher. So, but under 100K, I guess, how much under 100K is the question? We're talking 90,000, okay? Or are we talking 10,000? So the closer to that 100, the better. The more deals you could do, the more you can eat.
All right. It's your girl Angel. I'm just venting. Said, I've documented a lot of homes driving for dollars that appear to be abandoned. I've sent out my own mail stating I buy homes. How effective is my own mail out?
Very. When that's small of a number, very. Ideally, like I said, which we're testing this out. We'd have made it to 100. You think yet? We'd have made it to 100. Okay, so we use something like this so you try to get the attention or whatever. I don't know if the list that we're targeting is most effective, but most of these people want to sell though, don't they? Or they indicated that they want to sell. Well, some of them vacants though. A lot of them vacants too though, ain't they? A lot of them vacants. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah. You send them out with a small number like that. You need to take care of that.
All right, this is on Instagram. I want to get a mentor. How and or where can I find one?
Well, I offer it. Beyond this, it's a paid option. Obviously, this is free. You know, everything, you know, we didn't even mention to the Gator thing, but anyway, so it's over with now.
Somebody texted. They just didn't join.
Okay, there's John. Well, when people text the word Gator to join us on the live stream, get pushed to the front of the line with their questions. We text you the instructions back, but people don't follow the instructions. Or whatever,
I don't know why, but I think they get thrown off about having the camera and mic on.
Yeah.
So
I
think that may be it.
Yeah, what's going to happen whenever we text you the link back is going to give you the instructions on what to do. Now, you're going to have to get off of whatever you own now. And they may be viewing it on that device, viewing us on that device. You're going to still be on it. It's just, you're going to be on it live with me or whatever. So.
All right. Black Valley Gaming said, first time here on the live. Thank you all for the info.
That's what's up, man. Black Valley Gaming. What a name.
Let's see. Al Wimberly said, I purchased your dealer just recently. So my question to you is there any difference between your dealer and just the plain prop stream?
Now, Dealulator is a reseller of PropStream. I'm partnered with them, along with Batch Leads, a few others too.
So basically, no.
No difference. Same thing.
Derek Miller said, I'm in the DMV. Seems hard to get something. Everyone wants $5K earnest money deposit, and there are 10 to 30 people trying to bid on one house. How can I get by with all that going on?
Sounds like you're targeting properties that are listed.
Yep.
It sounds, that's not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We target properties that are not for sale. That's why you hear people talking about the direct mail, the cold calling, the text messaging. We're targeting people that own real estate, but the properties are not currently for sale. They don't know they want to sell it, or let me put it like they don't react on selling it until they see something from you or hear something from you, or vice versa, whatever. So not the press stuff that you see online that's listed. We don't target those. Some people do, but most of the people in this game, no, that everybody at those. We at the stuff that nobody else is at, right? Well, I'm put like this. A lot of people might be. They're off market. They're not actually for sale. That's the part of it that you're missing. I don't even look at listed properties, right? Just not saying you can't do it, but you see what I'm saying. You're trying to do it, and you have multiple people at the same properties. You're in such a huge market, the DMV area. You're talking millions of people. That means millions of property owners, right? You're not targeting that group of, or that list of properties that are listed through real estate agents. That is what it is. That's the end game. That's where a lot of your buyers' properties will end up, but you're getting them before they even get to that stage in the process.
All right.
If I'm wrong, maybe we didn't understand your question, Jeff, but I'm thinking that's what you're doing. Well, that's what you would have to be doing. Every time everybody want $5,000 down, they have to be doing that.
All right. I got a few more. Laura Hudson said, hey, ladies and Ty, FYI, they are changing the tax certificate game next year. I'm sure you know why. LOL, is too many of us in the game. That's my thinking.
Oh, I'm not familiar with it. That's not in my lane or whatever.
All right.
So I'll find out though.
Al Wimberly said, to follow up with that previous question, it seems like I had previously purchased the prop stream and they have me in the system with that.
Yeah, if you already were in the system, you were in the system, right? Whatever source you use to sign up with. So.
All right. John D said, how do you verify the buyer sent your earnest money deposit?
You need a contact at the title company or closing attorney is supposed to be held at to verify.
Mm-hmm. Bruce Wayne said, bank-owned properties, can they be wholesaled and are they difficult?
They can be, however, they're very difficult because the bank controls too much of the process and you have a real estate agent involved. And you're not finding something that your cash buyers, most of them are not already aware of, but it's possible or whatever. You just got to have the right type of buyer starting with that, what I call a lazy buyer, because you're not finding something they couldn't have found themselves or whatever. The reason wholesaler, one of the main reasons why wholesalers are useful to cash buyers or / investors is because you found something that they couldn't find themselves. You beat them to it in a sense, like it wasn't for sale until you made it available to the world or whatever. So, but it's possible. They just harder. Easier deals out there, my man.
Which one is more effective? This is on Instagram, cold calling, or text message?
Well, just think about it. Do you read which one do you read more of? I mean, well, that's maybe a bad example. With your text messaging, okay, if someone cold calls you about probably selling health insurance, a lot of times you don't even let it get it out. You know what I'm saying? You already know it's somebody you don't know, right? You don't even let it get it out. But with a text message, you're gonna read it. Even if it ain't nothing you're interested in, you're gonna read it. The response rate is just much higher with text message.
Okay, this is also on Instagram. Hope the Flip crew is well today. Where would I be able to get a hold of proof of funds?
Well, I offer it through a guy that I'm affiliated with. You can go to realpof.com. It's up on the board. Yeah. Realpof.com, REALPOF.com. That's an option. So.
All right. Black Forbes said, I'm looking for a cash buyer for a vacant lot, but can I wholesale to an LLC or company?
Yeah, you can, most definitely.
All right. The kid Vante said, if you're in Georgia, do you need someone to drive for dollars for your company?
Well, that's something we'll probably do at some point, because just of the reach, I guess, the little following I have or whatever. But currently, we're not set up to do that right now. We're better taking what we can take, whatever. So.
Okay. Jennifer Lee said, hey again, thanks for answering earlier. I got another question. I also have another property where I can't pull comps nor find flippers in the area. The house is vacant and boarded up. What do I do? She said, I also find that happening with other properties that I've searched and there aren't any comps to pull. Do I even continue with that list?
What did you say? I can't find.
She can't find comps.
Normally, if you can't find comps, that mean that there are no transactions, there are no sales. Yeah. Which means in most cases there won't be any cash buyers. So I'm not sure what list you pull, but that doesn't work. That list there won't work.
Okay, let's see. Hope Davis said, how much is the proof of funds and or you purchasing yearly or monthly or deal by deal? So it's deal by deal.
I really can't quote it right because Keith is the guy's name is Keith Yacker. They change it. You're just gonna have to go to the site and they'll be glad to tell you what the pricing is. Hope.
Okay. It's a lot of people just saying that they drive Grubhub, Instacart as well. I see for sale so often. How do I know which houses are worth submitting to Flipman on the website?
Well, that's not how we do it.
Yeah.
It has to be a property that you've already contacted the owner, negotiated a great deal, placed it under contract, but you don't have a cash buyer for it, and it's off market. Then you submit it to us. But it just can't be just a property that you see vacant and just submit an address. We're not set up for that or whatever. Hopefully one day we will be, but we're not set up for that.
All right. Can you wholesale while being a real estate agent? Yes.
Most definitely. Yes.
When advertising the property on somewhere like Facebook, do we put the address?
No. You don't want to market the address because now it already you'll have people that'll try to contact owners and stuff. Don't make it that easy for them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The back door you.
Is Montgomery a good place to get?
It's big enough. Yes, the Gump is big enough. Yes.
All right, Gump Town.
Yes.
Let us help you. LLC said, just want to thank you. I've closed over 100 deals with your one-page contract.
Oh man, that's what's up. That is what's up.
All right, and then this can be the last. Okay, yeah. Portia Franklin said, can I get a deal without working weekends? I'm in school all day, Saturday and Sunday. Of course, you just work during the week.
Yes, ma'am. Most definitely.
Monique Y. Scott said, hey, Ty, I know you don't do commercial land much, but can you recommend how I can do a proper analysis for pricing as I have some interest from buyers? This will be my first deal. I'm a new wholesaler.
Probably what you want to find the interest in buyers, you need to find out what their interests are and see if you can find the land that they're interested in. It's really that simple. If you got interested buyers, determine what their buying criteria is, and go find it.
All right, and Cass, this is the last one I'm gonna do. He said, "Thanks, Flip family. Bianca dance for Daddy again." He wants us to play the old school song.
Oh well, yeah, we're gonna do it. You still hanging around in here? Let's get it.
All right. That's it, y'all. Al Wimberly, Al Wimberly said he missed your answer, but he was saying that it is the same thing. Did he later in prop stream? They're the same thing. If you got any questions, you can just text him at the number and he'll reply to you.
Well, you see all the words up here if you need it. Contract, want a partner 50-50, need cash buyers, text the word cash. You want them a CRM, need to manage your leads, text CRM. Need the closing detail sheet to put your deals together, text the word close. Want to learn how to do the text messaging the proper way, text. You out driving for dollars and need to know who owns that vacant house, text vacant. You want to join the Facebook group of mine, Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man, text group. And if you're trying to target probate leads, text the word probate. And you want the script that I use, just text the word script. We want to talk to sellers. And don't forget about the stemming. Going to give the first $1,000 away. If you're trying to jumpstart your business, throw some fire on it so you can start your marketing up. Text the word STEMI. It's up here on the board, spelled the proper way. Don't put any emojis or anything after it. Just the word STEMI, STIMMY, and boom, you'll get you in. And so appreciate everyone joining us. You're on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. I think we have some entertaining, valuable content on both. Remember, everything you need to know is right there on my YouTube channel. There are no excuses. You have nothing to lose. Oh, and if you got any questions, post them in the comment section of any video of my YouTube channel. I answer those on a daily basis, and these will go in replay mode on Instagram, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook when this ends. So you can share this. Make sure you like it. And share it with at least one person. Can you all just do that for me? Everybody just share it with one person if you think want to change their financial situation. Can you do that for your boy? Thank you. So there are no excuses. You have nothing to lose when the knowledge and training is free.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash.